Peace, y'all. Welcome in. Peace to our lovelies catching the replay. Welcome back to our nightly show with Lagaz and Dublé. How are you? Welcome in. Peace, YouTube. Tell me what to do. Peace, Instagram. Goddamn. And peace, TikTok. I'm glad that you stopped and shared this space with us. Hey, hey. Welcome in, y'all. What you doing? What you pursuing? Let me see. Oh. Okay. Hey, hey. Y'all say hey when y'all roll in. I don't care if you're catching a replay either. Who we got in here? What did I just do? Oh, hell. What did I just do? I just did something. Hold on. Remove. Okay. Merit. What you say again? My apologies. I was pressing something as you commented and I hid you. I unhid you. I don't know if I deleted your message. I don't know what I did. My apologies, y'all. How are y'all? Welcome in. Peace, Freckle Face, Rare Rage, Taquan, we're going. Crystal. Hey. Oh, hell. Y'all, I don't know why I'm playing with the setting. I was trying to see something real quick. Peace. Hey, Tyson, Samson. How are y'all? Yeah, we about to get started in just a second. How was the day for y'all? How was yesterday? I speak love over y'all life. I said not 9 being a new time. I ain't claiming that though. We show up divine. Peace, graffiti. Perfect, not too sweet. I added a shitload of sugar earlier. Of honey. And I was like, I just knew it was too much. I poured some out and it's great. Tyson said, I'm good. Yesterday was good as well. Thanks for asking. Of course, thanks for showing up. Your day was good, Samson. Good to hear. Peace, Rockin' Johnny. Lily as well. Hey, Richard Wright. What you doing? So let's go ahead and flow in the show. Welcome to the Crystaline Mars show. I am your co-host, Mrs. Dublé Jones. I am the lady with the stones to come years and to leave us alone. And I'm a spiritual guide to assist you in this life in any way that I can. If you would like some spiritual guidance, a helping hand, you can book on the website crystalinemars.com. Thank you, baby boo, Najud. And you can shop our spiritual tools, gems, jewels, our handcrafted copper jewelry, earrings, rings, and all of those good things. And I don't have any rings on. I feel really naked right now, and I don't like that. I do have this ring that I did not finish creating, but I can fit her, so I'm about to throw her on, and I'm about to pick a ring out real quick. Hold on, y'all. Because I don't like being ringless. I don't like it. I feel vulnerable. There we go. But yes, thank you all for your orders. Thank you all for your bookings. I look forward to connecting with you all in the future. If you would like a reading tonight, you can send your love offerings in through Cash App, Cash App, Zelle, Apple Pay, Venmo as well. All of the information is down below. Bitch, I'm out of breath. Hold on, so I gotta slow. Hold on. Hold the fuck on, bitch. I've been getting tired. I'm getting the shortness of breath now. That's the phase I'm at. I was talking to Lagaz as I was walking up the steps, I think 2 nights ago. He was like, why are you so out of breath? I was like, I'm in my 3rd trimester. Don't do me, cuh. Okay. But yes, if you would like a live reading tonight, y'all send your love offerings in. I will conduct those first come, first serve, as well as Brother Lagaz. He will be joining us tonight. So if y'all want to connect with his energy, get some guidance from him, I do have his Cash App now in our Instagram caption. And I believe I have it down below in our YouTube caption. You can send in super chats too for readings, just in case y'all didn't know. But you say you love the fit tonight. Thank you. And what else we got? Yes. Thank you all for the freaking baby shower registry gifts that y'all have been showing up with. I appreciate it. Thank you in advance to all of the lovelies in spirit who will be sending some love and purchasing from our baby registry. We greatly appreciate it. I did make a post recently with the link and all of those things there, so y'all can head over there if you'd like to show some love, but I appreciate it. It's been very overwhelming. Thank y'all for the gift cards. Some of y'all have also just been sending gift cards as well, and that is greatly appreciated and returned. So, what Dip bitch said, I just know you can fight. You so crazy. So, yes, let's go ahead and get into the show. Let's go ahead and get into the actual message of the night. And then we're going to be getting into our collective tarot tea time, followed by our personal readings if y'all send in anything. Ray Bay said, you're not on Instagram tonight? I am. We on Instagram. What you got here? Merity said Mercury retrograde starts tomorrow. Actually, we enter retrograde today on Thursday. But I feel that we can take advantage of this energy. We always can. We always can. Tamika said, congratulations. I didn't know that you were expecting. You look so amazing. Thank you. Yes, we got the end of the road. Although we go. Bella said, hi, I'm a new person. And my name is Bella. How are you feeling and doing today? Today is a great, beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you. I do agree. Ah, thank you, Mystique, for coming through. Hold on, let me pin that comment. Okay, you said, oh, it didn't show that you were live on my page. Yeah, we here. So, my dear, the message of the night is don't worry. Well, first off, don't worry. But don't miss this opportunity that Spirit is going to be presenting you with. Don't worry about your well running dry. Don't worry about your cup being empty. Whatever you pour is going to be returned and multiplied. Spirit needs you to show up. Now, how? This could be emotionally and or physically. I pulled out the Hermit card. Some of y'all may have been retreating. Some of y'all have been really establishing boundaries. You may have been just really in your own bubble, just trying to make sure you're good to go and all of those good things. And or just like conducting your healing or just really retreating, like I said, isolating yourself or in whatever way, shape, or form. And we have the 5 of coins in reverse here. So this was a strong message around, and some of y'all may not have been isolating yourself. There could have been somebody else around you or a group of people around you. This does feel like it's close friends and or family. And they may have been hermiting themselves, okay? They could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? Very selfless, very secretive as well when it comes to just like things that they've been struggling with, maybe very prideful. And so, but there could be some things that Spirit guides for you to do, to give, to share. Yes, you can do super chat for readings. Yes, you can. It is $15 minimum for a 6-card pull, though, just so you know. The information is in the description box as far as like the more details. But yeah, so this could be you were in this space or somebody is in this space. And with this 5 of coins in reverse, this is a heavy on the don't leave them in the cold. This is a heavy on don't allow yourself to just shiver in the cold. Chinchilla head ass. Right now, I'm currently wearing, I don't know what kind of animal this is. This is my late grandmother's, a piece of hers. It is a scarf. It is some kind of animal. It is real. As you can see, like the eyes are kind of sewn off. This is the face. This is the mouth. The eyes are sewn off. It's sewed together. We got the paws here. These bitches are sharp. That's how I know it's real. Like this is real. And I didn't have it on at first. I had it. I just got gifted this recently, actually. And I've been having it behind my back, right, for the past few lives. But today, my spirit led for me to put it on, right? And so this is a call. That's why I feel like it's close to family as well. Don't forget that Jupiter is in Cancer. So that means for us as a collective, a lot of our expansion, a lot of our abundance, a lot of our growth is going to come from us pouring into our community, pouring into our family, pouring into those that we love. So this is not the time for you to be tight. This is not the time for you to be selfish. This is a time for us to be selfless and not just doing it because we know we're going to get something back, but doing it because we know our source, right? Doing it because you know that spirit is like your cup overfloweth. You know that your cup overflows. Some of you like, well, I don't really have it like that. I don't really have the money like that. And this is not for you to give your last. It is not for you to give your last. For some of you, it may. Actually, because Spirit stopped me in my tracks there. I don't know. You may have $5 to your name. And you may be called to give 4 or 3 of those dollars. And it's like, woo, you know. But as soon as you give that, mark my words, an hour, 2 hours, maybe 24 hours after, it's going to be returned. Just as you didn't expect for yourself to be in a space to give. Got you. Thank you so much for your chat, your super chat, baby boo. I got you. Just as you may not have been expecting yourself to be in position to pour from this cup because you just been sipping, what that is going to be poured into you unexpectedly. Today is the 17th, which adds up to 8. 8 represents karmic energy. 8 represents abundance. 8 represents infinity, that infinite flow. 8 represents money as well. Today is Thursday, which is that Jupiter expansive energy. Today's episode is episode 479, which adds up to 20. 2 in numerology represents Cancer energy. So this has everything to do with your relationships. You know, when the bugs be speaking, got my abundance mug, my prosperity mug here. The colors of the day, green and black. That's the Ogun, clearing the obstacles. So some of you may be called or put in position to help some people clear some stuff out, rather it's emotionally and or financially. So again, back to the nightly message. Don't worry about your well running dry. Don't worry about your well running dry. Don't worry about your fucking well running dry. With this 8 energy that we're in as well, that can also be, some of us are this is a part of your paradigm shift. This is a part of your paradigm shift. This is a part of your financial reset. This is a part of your healing when it comes to your relationship that you have with money. Some of us are very tight. Well, for your rightful reasons, right? You may have been putting some money to the side. Maybe you got some big projects or you just want to save for a rainy day or whatever. And good on you for that, for being responsible. But again, you are in position right now. You're not going to be put in position. You are in position right now to where you have something more. You have more than what somebody else has. And they're in your life. You're in their life for this exact moment for you to show up. Show up now. Don't block your blessing. Do not block your blessing. Y'all know we entering this 8th month. We got a few weeks. We're entering this Leo energy very soon. It's going to be returned and multiplied. I mark my motherfucking words. Take my word on it. And if it don't come back, come holler at me. Come holler at me. Let me know. But I'm calling your bluff. Show enough. And lastly, the yes card came out. And this was confirmation. You know, like, yes, because you may find yourself like, I ain't got it. Or maybe this is for me to say no to. No, this is for you to say yes to. And again, it may come in an indirect way. It may come in an indirect way where this person may not come and be on the corner or text you like, hey, can I get so-and-so? They may just be expressing to you what's going on with them. And you know you tapped in. You know you intuitive. And you talk about how empathic you are and all these things. Yeah, so you feel their energy and you know what they need. And you know what you have. And you know your source. You know where your abundance comes from. But for some people, their pockets may be a little fixed. They not quite tuned in like you are. They don't have certain connections or resources. Because even if it's not money, right? It could be resources. But they're not where you are. And you are where you are for a reason. And your ancestors coming through like, I got you. I got you. For real. For real. No pun. Because the fur is real. The fur is real. And bitch, y'all know I got like 10 laughs. And when I just laughed, I felt like white chicks. Y'all know we channeled that movie the other day. Yeah, I know white chicks, but that was that Beverly Hills energy. Making my way downtown, the lifestyle shift. The ease, the flow, the luxuries, you know. So let's fucking go. So when this energy or this opportunity manifests itself, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it and watch how it turns around for you. So I'm now going to pull some cards to delve a little deeper into this message to see what we have. And then I'm going to be transitioning into our personal readings. I'm not going to be here all night again. That's for me, not for you. I'm not going to be here all night. Let me take a sip. So let's start off with our declaration. Or, you know, we ain't even got to start with no declarations. I want y'all to leave some green hearts down below. Leave some green and black hearts down below. And that green and black heart energy is going to symbolize to spirit that we are ready and willing to clear the way. We are ready for the way to be cleared. And we're willing to help those around us clear the obstacles. So, and we're ready to give. We're ready to love. You know? We're ready to share the wealth. So y'all leave y'all green hearts, your black hearts down below, and that's going to also be your way of energetically tapping into this live, and also allowing me, if you do so, to tap into your energy so I could get a more personal reading for you all, so it could feel like a one-on-one. If y'all do want a one-on-one, y'all know y'all can always book on the website. Yup. Masterpiece did her green and black hearts and said, clear this way, spirit. Yup, y'all could declare that too. Spirit, clear the way. Or the way has been cleared. The way has been cleared. The way has been cleared. Welcome into all of y'all. YouTube, if we could get the likes up, please. We got 68 of us, 71 of us with 14 likes. If everybody could just give us a like, that would be greatly appreciated. It helps us a ton with moving our channel through the algorithm, and we could connect with more lovelies. Ashe. So I'm going to get to y'all personals after this. Thank you, Kaden, for your love offering as well. It is received and returned. Okay, so let's see what we got. So we have the Hermit, 5 of coins in reverse, and we have yes. Let's see what we got. Hold on, bitch. I didn't take a sip. Hold on. So let's see what we got. So this is collective, like I said. So I want y'all to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I did feel led to play my Oshun, River of Abundance, Joy, Love, Blessings meditation in the background. So abundance is here. Abundance is here. And again, it's important that your cup, that you continue to pour. Somebody may have been breaking glass lately, like breaking cups or something while washing dishes. Like that's been a theme. You said how long to wait? I'm probably gonna do the collective reading for about 15 minutes. It'll probably be about 15 minutes until I get into personal readings. What we got here? We have government. So this is justice energy here. Somebody could be a teacher or in the healthcare. But let's see what this government is. Oh, yes, we have the 8 of Swords. This is beautiful. So with the government followed by the 8 of Swords, like I said, you are in position. This government energy is given like authority. It's given authority, like you are in like this judge energy, or like this energy where you have the power to set somebody free here with the 8 of Swords in reverse. The Hermit and the 8 of Swords in reverse. Somebody is shifting. This could be like a repeated offender kind of energy, where maybe you always were in position to help people, or maybe you were always in position to help this person, or they always needed you or something like that. And that may be the thing where you're just like, you know what? I always say yes. I always say yes. And it always backfires or something like that. But there is a shift that has happened here. We have the World. I told you, complete. It's done. We have the World here. So something this is a karmic cycle that has completely closed out for somebody. The government. Somebody could be a Libra. Gemini. What we got? We have the 5 of Cups. The world, we have the Five of Cups. The world, Five of Cups. Give me one more for this Five of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords sideways. The Knight of Swords sideways. Ooh. I don't know if you realize how important your position is. Depending on how you move in this situation is literally going to shift these other people or this other person. It feels like it's one person, but it could be, it's not just one person, but it's somebody gonna really get it, and then you're gonna also be pouring into like other people in other ways too, maybe in different ways. But depending on how you move in this situation, you're literally going to shift the trajectory of somebody else's life, somebody else's timeline. This is with the world, like you have a lot of weight that you carry, a lot of power that you carry here. Because with this world, I'm getting like presidential with this government here. So this is not saying that you are that person's God. But again, depending on how you move, this is going to guide or direct the energy in one way or another. And you are in alignment to, again, help somebody break through. You may be a portal. You may be like this chariot energy where you may feel like, why I always got to help people, right? Bitch, I need help. You may feel like I need help. Dang, we all need somebody to lean on. And you like, bitch, what the fuck my help is? It's here. It's here. But Spirit's testing you to see what you're going to do with what you have been blessed with now. Because remember, when it comes to your purpose, when it comes to your highest path, when it comes to your financial abundance, it's not just for you. This ain't just for you to create a life for yourself so you can live this comfortable, luxurious life or peaceful life or abundant life, whatever that looks like for you. And just say, fuck everybody else. No, this is not for you. Only. It's not. We got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Legacy, wealth here. In reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse. Didn't I just say how you move is going to shift this energy and shift the trajectory? This is everything close-knit. Like I said, with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is like close family and friends. Financial matters. Like I said, you being blessed with this abundance of ... And Spirit's like, what you gonna do with it? Are you gonna hoard it? Are you gonna hoard it? Or are you now gonna be so tight, now you're blocking the flow? Are you damn pinching the infinity sign? Blocking the flow. You gotta let it go and let it come in. Again, it will be multiplied and returned. Y'all leave that down below in the comments. My blessings are returning to me multiplied. My blessings are returning to me multiplied. Seriously. We have funeral here. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the funeral. Gosh, you are so freaking blessed, man. Oh my gosh. I hope you wish, I wish you knew how good you had it. I wish you knew how good you had it. I wish you knew how good you had it. Like your support in spirit is unmatched. Like your ancestors are like, shit, if I was as tapped in as you, if I knew what you knew, if I had the resources, if I had the confidence like you did, if I had the tools like you did, bro, it would have been a whole different world. You wouldn't have to go through certain things. You wouldn't be experiencing certain things. You wouldn't be a product of certain things. But you are the one who can change the whole fucking bloodline, man. Damn. Funeral. Let me see. Judgment. I told you with this government, I felt judgment. Funeral. Judgment here. What are you, didn't I say you were in this judge energy? What are you putting it into? How can you show up and be a part of the solution? It's time for you to now put your money where your mouth is. You talk a lot about what you're doing in the background. Oh, I've been healing. I've been breaking them cycles. Oh, you have? Now show the fuck up. Show the fuck up. Oh, you're vibrating at your highest? Or, let me see what that looks like. Some of y'all are so fucking worried about monitoring spirits. Give them something to look at. Lead by example. Show what strength looks like. Show what resilience looks like. Show what integrity looks like. Show what consistency looks like. Show what unconditional love looks like. Show what leadership looks like. Show what patience looks like. Show what understanding looks like. Show what accountability looks like. Show what maturity looks like. Show what healing looks like. Show what diligence looks like. Show what perseverance looks like. Show what faith looks like. Show what God looks like. Talk a good game. Let me see what's up. The death of fucking again. The funeral, judgment, the death. So what are you being called to put an end to? What shifts are you being called to surrender to? Are you pouring vinegar? Or are you pouring water? Are you adding a little sugar? A little sugar? Or are you coming with the straight salts, bitch? Bitter, angry, resentful. What done fell on the floor? We got the 7 of Cups here. With this 7 of Cups, a lot of y'all have been heavy in a spiritual realm and to the point where you may have been creating some kind of illusion world. Or you may have this belief where like nothing outside of your world or your personal experiences matter. And with this 7, this is Pisces energy, which represents selflessness. It represents selflessness. We got any Pisces in the building? If we do, y'all could definitely resonate with this energy. Pisces will give the shirt off their motherfucking back. Pisces are also very wise. 7 is that God number, ain't it? Then I say, show what the fuck that look like. Show what that looks like. How are you being overly critical with this judgment energy? I said you in this judge energy, bitch, but be graceful. Have a little compassion. Don't forget that you have your shortcomings too. How can you show up? We got wedding. Time for us to come to fucking together, man. We all need. And I get it, you know, you may have been hurt so many times, taken advantage of so many times, like deceived so many times to where now you may not even trust your own motherfucking self. You may not even trust your own discernment. You'll be like, did I do too much? Should I have told him I loved him? Should I have? Yes. Yes. Is that what you truly felt? Yes. We got the illness and we have the 8 of Cups. The illness and that 8 of Cups. So to those of you who have been experiencing this dis-ease emotionally, we got a lot of Cups energy out here, but we got Pentacles too. We got some Swords here too. So we got mental energy, we got emotional energy, we have financial energy here. And to those of you who haven't experienced a lot of challenges in these areas, that energy is being cleared out. We have illness and 8 of Cups. This is literally that energy being transmuted here. But this is also a transition. We had the death and the funeral. We got the death and the funeral. We got the illness. Didn't we talk about this death and funeral energy over the past few days? Where for some of us, a lot of us, y'all know we in this 9th death year. A lot of us gonna be losing some loved ones. A lot of us gonna be losing some loved ones. And you may show up at the funeral and see the disconnect. We got 9 of us over here. You may see how separated your family freaking is. How chaotic your family freaking is. And it's going to be a reminder for you, like, okay, are you going to recreate this? Are you going to recreate this with your children? What are you instilling? How are you showing up again? What's your heart posture like? It starts and it ends with you or not. The healing starts, the forgiveness starts, the grace starts with you. The releasing starts with you. The separation ends with you. The old stories end with you. The oppression ends with you. Again, the position that you're in. We about to close up. We got the moon here. We have this heavy Cancer energy, a bundle of joy. King of Wands, Queen of Coins in reverse, 8 of Coins upright. Yeah. A lot of you are finding that your focus is shifting. You may want to focus on business, money, work, purpose. And Spirit's like family. Healing. Love. Slow. grow. You know? The King of Wands, this is the leadership energy, the bundle of joy. Like I said, you are the great mother. You are the great father. Some of you have this perspective where you're like, you say like, I am the universe, or I am a God, and things like that. But then when it gets uncomfortable, or when you rather not take certain responsibility, then that's when you want to bring the separation in. Then that's when you want to give it to the quote unquote most high. Right? So there could be some ancestral energy that's coming, that you're literally channeling, that you're tapping into. Because remember, you are your ancestors. You are your ancestors. You are the ancestor. Reincarnated once again in this vessel. And so there could be some things that you're literally being called to take responsibility and accountability for. Because you may be like, well, I'm the baby, or this didn't start with me. It started with my great-great-grandmother. You may be channeling that great-great-grandmother's life, that past life, that great-grandmother energy, that great-grandfather, or that great-uncle, whoever, all the fuck, because it's all you. And this is your opportunity for you to be like, you know what? I take accountability for not showing up in those past lives for my family, for my children. That life where I had those 10 kids with 9 fathers, and I left them at home to take care of themselves. Then my kids had kids. And they didn't know how to fucking show up for them. And here you are, the quote unquote product, but the creator of it too. So it's time for you to forgive you. See yourself beyond just this life. Beyond this little cousin, this little brother, this little sister, and somebody's daughter. You are the mother and the father, the creator. You are. I know this may be a bit much for y'all to digest. You may still not feel comfortable with fully accepting that truth. And I'm not here to shove it down your throat. But this is me just watering that seed that's been dry over there. And you will awaken into this energy. You will remember this aspect of yourself as long as you continue to seek truth. As long as you continue to seek you. And the more you forgive yourself, the easier it will be for you to forgive those around you. Your mother, your dad, your cousin, your uncle who abused you, who assaulted you, whatever. All right? So this is not about excusing and saying it's okay, even because it may not be, it may not feel good, it may have hurt, it may still hurt. But we talk about empowering ourselves, and we speak on it in such a isolated, separated way where it's like me versus them. No, empower yourself in that way. Remember where the fuck it started. It started with you. And you will continue to re-experience these things, continue to reincarnate, whether you're black, white, brown, Puerto Rican, Asian, whatever. Your soul will remember. So let's go back to source. All right. Damn, bitch. That ancestral energy just came through stronger than a mug. I want y'all to declare down below, I forgive myself for my past mistakes. Or I forgive myself for my past. I forgive my past. I forgive my past self. I forgive my past self. And that's all inclusive. I forgive my past self. I forgive my past self. All right, y'all. So we're going to close out with an ancestral card here. My bad. I know I've been seeing y'all in the comments, but I just been having the channel, y'all. I haven't been able to really just stop and talk like I wanted to. But thank y'all for engaging and things like that. Thank y'all for the likes and the love. If this energy is resonating with y'all, y'all let me know. Like the live. Ashe. Ashe, Miss Irritated. Ashe. I love y'all. All right, let's see what we got. Guess who wanted to show up? Just a little confirmation, nothing too serious. We have limitless prosperity. Then we talk about this 8 energy, it being the 17th, adding up to 8, the infinity. Then we talk about what you pour will be replenished and multiplied. Then we talk about your source having no limit. Then we talk about the prosperity. We got limitless prosperity here. Altar of earth. You are an altar. You are a portal. You are an altar. You are a portal here on earth. We have earth of fire. Passion ignited in reverse. Passion ignited in reverse. So with this fire in reverse here, I'm just channeling tone it down. Tone it down. Tone it down. And when the it that I'm talking about when I say tone it down, I mean like, because as we move into Leo, you know I'm talking about this Leo, you want to keep the ego in its proper place. You want to remind the ego of the purpose. Your ego is really just awareness, for real, for real. We have creature of air, speed. Didn't I say, watch how things move for you. Things are about to move expeditiously. I was talking to some lovelies in my life, and I was seeing how there were things like that they purchased, like spiritual, like body scrubs, like intentional body scrubs, and like even sage. Some of y'all could resonate with this. Sage, Palo Santo. This may not resonate with everybody because I get it. We're all on different paths and things like that. But take what resonates. But whatever it is, whatever spiritual tools it is that you use, I don't understand how y'all just be having this shit for damn 2-3 years. The lovely had a body scrub that has been untouched for 2-3 years. It maybe had been like 3 or 4, to be honest. And I'm like, why do you still have this untouched solar infused body scrub? And it's an Oshun scrub. I'm like, what are you doing? How come your sage lasts you for 2 years? How, Sway? How? How? And I ain't telling you how often to do what you do. You do what you do. But some of us need to be a little more intentional consistently. But then consistently, we could talk about consistently, because consistently for you could be every 3 months. Now you want to cleanse. Now you want to smudge something. Now you want to pray, or now you want to, I don't know, open the Bible. Now you want to go to the mosque. I don't know. But then every day you crying about what ain't opening for you. Every day you crying, or every other day you crying because you tired of this. You tired of going to bed by yourself. You tired. Shit, I couldn't tell. Not with the way you moving. Not with the way you moving. So some of us need to be a little giddy up. Giddy up. Because the energy is just moving. It's reflecting you. So you say it's coming in slow. Well, what you doing slow? And again, it's not about you just hustling, bustling, moving fast, running all the time. But are you even walking? Or are you just so distraught, so depressed, so stressed that now you paralyzed in this space and wondering why ain't shit move? I wonder why. Here go a mirror. This is why. This is why it's not. Okay? So what little tool you got that's over there that need to get a little dust blown off of it? What is it for you? What is it for you? How can you be more intentionally on a daily basis? Be more intentional on a daily basis. When you mop your floors, are you mopping your floors with intention? When you sprinkle the seasonings on your food, are you being intentional with that? When you cook for your children or your partner, are you speaking love or intentions into it? When you rubbing your lotion on your body, are you doing that intentionally? When you cleansing your body, are you doing that intentionally? And it ain't about you just doing it when society says it needs to be done on a portal day, or on a full moon, or a new moon, or on the first. Create your own ritual, whatever that is. Whatever that is. All right? But we got the mother of shine and rise in reverse here. So again, with this motherly energy, this is the creator. All things are birthed through you. So how are you still trying to hide in the shadows or not take responsibility in whatever ways? That is the thing that's keeping you in this space that you don't desire to be in. All right? So let's close out with our Limitless Prosperity Declaration. Hold on, let me open this card real quick. And I'm about to get into personal readings. Y'all stay with us, though, because Brother Lagat's going to be coming through with his segment right after I finish the personal readings. So one of our lovelies got this card recently. Receive, receive, receive. Receive everything. Wealth, love, health, opportunities. Make way for new financial. I told you it was about the money. About the wealth, because not just money. Make way for new financial and career opportunities. It is reaping season. You should feel grounded and secure. It may be finally time to welcome in those delicious rewards. You've been collecting in your energy vortex, in your energetic vortex. This ancestral energy is unapologetically rich and successful. This is your time to shine. This is your time to rise and shine, Leo. Embrace this fresh start with confidence and take practical steps to manifest your intentions, whether it be in the realm of finances, career, or health. Trust in your ability to create a rock solid foundation for success and make the most of this fertile ground ahead. Again, because we have limitless prosperity here for us. Practice what it feels like to be lucky. What does it mean to have resources at your disposal? Didn't we talk about that? How does your nervous system feel when faced with abundance? Do you feel safe? You may be feeling a bit sluggish. If you are lacking in motivation from time to time, that's natural. There are delays and setbacks in your path. Be wary of possible delays or blockages in the manifestation of money or new opportunities. And it's important that, there's going to be seasons where you're planting, you're watering. You're like, where's the fucking seed? Where's the fucking seed? You just continue to put out your good deeds. You continue to water it. And know that it will come into your reaping season will come divinely, whether it's this summer, whether it's this fall, whether it's this winter, or them all. Okay? So, our declaration is going to be, I open my arms wide to all wealth flowing my way. Y'all leave this down below in the comments. I open my arms wide to all wealth flowing my way. I open my arms wide to all wealth flowing my way. Ashe. So I think I just got one reading to do tonight. And that was the lovely from earlier. Does it allow me to just skip to the Lou My Darling? I gotta scroll to find Lovely's love offering. I don't know why the love offerings are showing up as like MYR. I don't know what MYR means. But Kaden said Alicia Khan feelings for me. Alicia Khan feelings for me. Kaden, can you clarify your question? Like, is her name Alicia Khan, CHAN, or you want to know what her feelings are for you or their feelings are for you? Yeah, it's just one lovely that I have a reading for. Okay, Alicia Khan, Capricorn, feelings for you. Okay, let's see what we got. Thank y'all so much for sharing this page. Oh, Alicia Sean, not Khan. Okay, Alicia Sean, gotcha. Did y'all enjoy the show? Like, I asked y'all to leave down below in the comments, like, any takeaways that you had. If y'all do have any questions for me, this is y'all time to ask down below as well. I'm gonna go ahead and text Brother Lagas so we can go ahead and smoothly transition into the next segment. But again, this is your time to ask me my questions before I roll out. And don't forget, you can always book on the website, CrystalineMars.com. So let's see what Baby Boo's feelings are for you. Hello, Sonia from India. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. So there is a lot of mixed feelings here. You got 555. You have a lot of fives, which represents like challenge. And this person's feelings for you is they really don't know how to feel. They go back and forth. It does feel like they have some kind of trust issues or some issues around feeling emotionally safe. It has nothing to do with you. It feels like it's everything from like past energy here. I do pick up on interest, love, and also wanting to like work together, build together, but there is just some personal things that they're working through, that they're struggling with. It's like they're a prisoner in their mind. They're a prisoner in their mind. They want, like, you have you've been showing qualities of being a great leader. Even when it comes to like spirituality or some kind of like in the religious realm, not sure what your religious belief or spiritual beliefs are, but it's like they look at you as like this mature, balanced, well-respected person. But again, it's personal things that they are battling. Like they just don't know, they don't trust themselves. They don't trust themselves. Their past is around them being like giving their all and getting left with the crumbs. But they do see you for the value that you add, for the person that you are. They do see you. They do appreciate you. They do love you. They have strong feelings for you. You are a pillar for them. But it's like the energy that you bring is so stabilizing that it makes them insecure. Because they're scared of getting too comfortable, because they feel like, okay, as soon as I move all the way in, soon as I let the guard down, am I going to be abandoned? Am I going to be neglected? Am I going to regret this? So I do not recommend that you do anything more to try to prove yourself to them. If anything, is more so you just tapping in with yourself and ask yourself, like, do I want to like be patient with them, and just see how you want to navigate that space. But they are genuinely interested. They just have some mental warfare. It doesn't feel like spiritual warfare. It feels like mental and emotional warfare, where they're just like, oh, like this is just, it's a little too safe and I don't like it. So that is what I got. That is what I got. Okay. Okay, Lovely Nate said, yes, I enjoyed it so much. Ashe. Masterpiece Empress said, taking accountability part hit when you said we show up in all the ways. Ashe. Lovely Nate said, yes, me also. Accountability has always been my downfall, right along with anger and self-sabotage. Can I get advice on that? I'd really appreciate that so much. Can you get advice for what? Let's be clear so I can make sure I answer your question. Masterpiece said, I sent him for a reading with Brother Lagos. I'm a little nervous, my first time with him. He's so serious. You so crazy. I love that for y'all. I told y'all the other day that I see a lot of y'all connecting with him, and you will get just what you need. Just don't look for me. Look for me as far as like truth. But we come with our different energies, but Lagos is on a different level. So just open your mind up. He's definitely going to challenge your thinking. Tell you that now. But it's ultimately to help you expand. It is ultimately to help you expand. So if it does feel a little too far-fetched, let it marinate. You can ask more questions for clarity, but just let it marinate. Just let it marinate, and it'll make sense. It'll show itself. But come with an open mind. Come with an open mind, and a mind to receive. Lovely Nate said anger mostly. So when it comes to anger and how to deal with that or how to overcome that, there is one accountability that can be taken in regards to the situations, and understanding. Because when you have that understanding, that shifts the emotional space too. Because with understanding makes way for a level of acceptance to come in. And when you accept something for what it is, that releases the anger, because the anger is connected to some sort of expectation. Some sort of expectation in regards to like maybe how you expected that person to show up or what you expected to receive or something like that. So seeking understanding around the situation, asking yourself, why am I angry? What is it that I was looking for that I didn't get that triggered this feeling, and that will help you peel the layers, the onion, and ultimately help you invite in acceptance and bring in Okay. And when we talk about emotions, negative emotions, they all serve their purpose. So let your emotions be a guide to help you understand yourself. Okay. You said, what should I do? Should I want to be with her? Does she genuinely love me? Yeah, you had the Libra card come out. You had the Justice card come out upright. And Libras love. Libras love relationships. Libras love relationships, partnerships, to be specific. And so with a lot of the cards, like the heart cards came out as it's a yes. Like she wants to be with you too. It's just a little hard for her to like just overcome some certain, she's just kind of struggling through some things right now. So I would not encourage you to run. I just don't know what you want, you know. If you have the patience to be with her, because it just feels like patience really to like just give her time to open up, honestly. How does my spiritual team thinks of me? If there's something for me, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm only doing love donation-based readings. Good show, seem very real. My very close aunt just died, and you seemed in touch with my energy. I'm having a career change right now in my hometown. And in my hometown, old ancestors' energy. Wow, Ty. Ashe, I'm glad y'all got what y'all needed tonight. Potlo Gemini said, 9 June, midlife crisis. Any advice? Any advice? And you're a Gemini, midlife crisis. So with that Gemini midlife crisis, I honestly, for you, Potlow, not sure if you're still here, I'd recommend that you really sit with, like, not trying to necessarily narrow down your options, but this may be a time for you to really just pause and reflect on what all your hands are in, what your goals are, what your desires are, quote unquote, and see what needs to be left and what's more in alignment with where you're going. Yeah. So you might just need to go back to the drawing board and just really reevaluate some things to bring some understanding. Who we got? You said yes, and you're an Aries also. 327. Oh yeah, so not only are you angry, but you also hold on to things, especially when you feel like betrayal or you feel like you've given, because you're very giving. You are very selfless. So yeah, it really burns you up when that's not received. Wow. Ashe. Somebody said my voice is so soft. You think so? You said she never expresses herself for me. I feel like she keep everything inside. Is there anything that I can do? So, yeah, I could definitely understand how that feels when it comes to not having somebody who's like super expressive. What I would recommend, if you're dealing with somebody who's not like super expressive, is I would connect with them in spirit. You know, whether you could pray or meditate or just intentionally tap in to strengthen your telepathy with them. Read in between the lines. Ask questions for clarity, and again, read in between the lines. And also looking, like studying their birth chart and things like that can help you understand them as well, which can help you like meet them where they are. Like looking at different placements, such as like their Mercury, such as their Moon, such as their Venus, that can help you when it comes to understanding how they show up, and then looking at yours to see how your energy is made up, your birth chart, and seeing how you can those two can dance. Brother Lagasse does offer a birth chart service for partners. I don't know what it's called, but where he looks at your person's chart and your chart and give you insight advice in regards to how you can dance cohesively. So you might want to check that out, CrystalineMars.com. That is kind of like what your service entails, right, Baba? Like with the birth chart with the partners, you look at both charts and it, yeah. So if you are interested in that way, that could definitely bring a lot of insight when it comes to what's within, so you can help deal with it without. My mom said make her feel safe, then she will open up. That's kind of debatable, because it's like, and this is something that I've learned and I'm still processing, if you want to say, when it comes to this, like that idea of making a woman feel safe, because at the end of the day, I think it's more so we have to, as women, be in a certain space where we allow, because the man can create a certain environment for us, but if we're still in this certain space emotionally, or stuck in the past, or stuck in our ways, we can be the ones who who keep ourselves in feeling this unsafe space, regardless of the safety that is really around us. So I can't even really put it on him to like make her feel safe, because she may feel safe one day based off of where she at, and then tomorrow she may not feel safe. So that's kind of like a little funny one. But I'd love, guys, I'd love to know your insight on that. If you could, when you sit down, if you could kind of piggyback off of that and because I feel like you could deliver that a little better, guys. Or not better, but your perspective would be a little more clear when it comes to the men making women feel safe. I know you got your lesson, but if you could kind of share some insight and then, do what you do. Ashe. So thank y'all for sharing this space. We're now about to transition over to Brother Lagos' spiritual lesson. If y'all would like any readings from him, or any spiritual services, any clearings or readings from him, y'all can send y'all cash apps in to him and he'll exchange energy accordingly. But I'll see y'all in the comments. Peace and love. Ashe. I'm gonna scroll to YouTube, the comment right there, so you can see what it said, guys.
A lady,
Masterpiece.
Empress. Let's just want a past life reading. So, do you do those on here?
I do. And
How do you, when they ask for past life reading, what do they mean by that?
they want to usually know what they did in past lives, or like some themes that were existing in past lives that are currently playing out in this life. Yeah. So I normally just pull, I don't know how you do what you do, but I normally just pull cards and just like feel into it and tell them about that life and connect it to this one. So, Ashe.
Peace, family. For today's lesson, I wanted to finish up on what we were speaking on last time when we were talking about the I do or do not. When we were talking, I was going over the best birthdays for marriage and the worst birthdays for marriage. So I actually wanted to list off those birthdays. I didn't get a chance to list them off last time. Instead, I was going through everybody's birthdays that they put in the chat. But peace to everyone in the chat. Peace to all the OGs on IG, all the YouTubers, and all of the TikTokers. We appreciate all the likes, shares, and subscribes, super chats, and all that. I don't know what the question was. I know.
So the guy, can I give you some insight or give you a little bit?
Peace to Kiki Blunts.
So the guy is pretty much he's in a I don't know if it's a relationship, but he was asking about a woman's feelings towards him, and he said that she's not really expressive. And so he was like, how does he navigate that space with her not expressing her emotions? And my mom said, make her feel safe.
Well, as far as just a woman expressing her emotions.
Or how she feels towards him.
Or how she feels about that man. Well, one, you have to take into consideration that maybe she's just not an expressive person. There are plenty of women who are not big on expressing their feelings like that. Yeah, just like this, you know, there's a lot of women who are not just going to start expressing their feelings, you know, to you like that. Or maybe not really at all. There's some women that are just not very expressive. So that's something to take into consideration. You know, I don't know her birth chart and things. But, you know, that might be one part of the equation. You know, as far as making her feel safe, you know, there definitely is some validity to that, right? The only challenge with that is, what does that mean, right? You know, how do you make a woman feel safe? Well, to make her feel safe, it's about presenting yourself as a you have to be the type of man that makes, you know, just women feel safe, right? Now that's there's the traditional, or the, you know, the past reference of what that means, make a woman feel safe, where it's about, you know, providing, showing that you care, showing that you are, you know, a hard worker, man of good character, you know, showing that, you know, you're a great listener, things like that, right? But that's not of today's energy, though. That's not today's energy. So you can't. It probably wouldn't be very beneficial to look at her, or any woman, in these days and times, as like a delicate flower necessarily. Like, you need to make them feel safe. You need to like coddle them and things like that, because that actually, a lot of times, that can breed like contempt, or breed space to be disrespected or taken advantage of, and actually making them feel unsafe, because you kind of give off a sense of maybe weakness or something, right? So as far as, yes, making a woman feel safe will definitely may have her be more expressive, but that strategy might entail something that you wouldn't necessarily expect, meaning that you actually have to show more, just more like alpha male, you could say, type of traits, more like strength, like, you know, they say the strong silent type, right? You know, powerful leadership skills, you know, being very direct and problem solving, but at the same time, being a great listener. But when I say great listener, that doesn't mean, you know, you gotta get lost in her eyes and just be like a puppy dog waiting to hear whatever she's got to say. But instead, no, being very, you know, stoic, but just listening to whatever she has to say, and just listening to it, and then you just kind of leave all your judgment about it inside of your own head, right? I wouldn't say don't judge, because if you don't judge, then you might not. There might be a problem that you might need to solve, and if you're not paying attention to it, then you know, if you really need to step in and solve it, then you won't be prepared, and then that will not make her feel safe at all, right? So no, instead you listen, you know, meaning just hear. You don't have to necessarily be pretending that you're like super, you know, interested, but just listen to things that she has to say when she has to say it. And then, you know, if she really asks for an answer, for a solution, you give it to her, and then you know. But when you give it to her, don't give it to, you know. There's a good chance she might. It's a 50-50 chance she might, resist it. Not necessarily because she doesn't believe it, but just because maybe she just likes to play devil's advocate. Maybe she's just testing to see what you're going to say next. Maybe she's just unsure, you know. And when she resists this, you just kind of like blow it out, like, okay, you know, if that's how you feel, and that's cool, right? And that actually will make her feel safe because you've given her an answer, you've given her your perspective, but you're not pressuring her to have to listen and follow your thoughts and your ideas, right? So those are some examples there. I hope that is helpful. But once again, she just might not be very expressive, or it might just take time. And you know, it'd be best for you to just accept that she's just not being. When it comes to women, really, when it comes to anybody, a man or a woman, if you're looking for somebody waiting for them to express themselves, and they're not doing that, you should just accept them for who they are. They're just not expressive. And if they one day become expressive, then accept them for who they are at that moment when they do become expressive. Right? If you cannot accept them, some people can't accept an expressive person, then you should just move on. Some people can't accept someone who does not express. If that's the case, then you should just move on, right? But otherwise, if you really, you know, like that person, you really enjoy that person, and you know, and they just have this aspect of them that you would like to go the opposite way, it's just not going that way right now. Well, you know, just accept them for who they are, because nobody's perfect, and then, you know, maybe one day it'll change. But you should really ask yourself, what if they never change? A lot of people should ask themselves this question. What if the person I'm with never changes? Well, if they never change, would you be okay with that? Could you stay with them into perpetuity, into the foreverness, if they were to never change that certain thing or those certain things about themselves? If the answer is no, I could not stay with them, then you may want to think the whole relationship. But if the answer is, yeah, I could still be with them, then just let it go. And maybe they change, maybe they won't, right? But there's too many of us that are not necessarily trying to change other people, but we are waiting and hoping that they'll change. Okay, we get with them for this reason, then we think, okay, we stay with them long enough, eventually they might change into this. And you're just, I mean, it's you know, it's cool to have those type of thoughts and ideas, but you end up setting yourself up for failure if your relationship is based off of the possibility that they might change later. You know, which means that you don't really love that person then, to tell you the truth. It means you just love the person that, you love the idea of the person. You love the person that they might be or could be, right? You know, and that's one, unfair to them, but it's definitely unfair to you to be with somebody who you don't really want to be with them. You want to be with who they might be or they could be, you know. So just accept people for who they are. Sure. Peace to graffiti. I see you. Matu Dakawa. Why the people we love always betray us? They don't. You know, there's plenty of people that I've loved or that I've loved that never betrayed me. You know, betray is a very strong word. I think we take a lot of things just too personal, and we put it all the way up to betrayal or backstabbing. And it's like, no, betrayal and backstabbing, and like, those are like very specific words, right? There's plenty of people who don't really betray us. you know. Sometimes, yeah, people we love might try to get over on you, but that's, there's a big difference between being betrayed versus, we're all human. Sometimes you just try to get over on somebody a little bit, try to take a little advantage. That does happen, but most people don't really betray. There's very few who actually go to that level of betrayal, right? But I don't even think that was for me anyway. So Graffiti says, what's your weapon of choice? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Graffiti. The weapon of choice. Maybe you can clarify it for me. Chef piece to leather flower designs. But real quickly, the birthdays that are the best for marriage would be starting in January. We have, hold on, let me make sure I got the right, I'm looking at the right thing. Make sure I'm looking at the right thing. That's 2. Yeah. So the best birthdays for marriage are January 2nd, 4th, and the 10th, and the 25th. February 2nd, 8th, and the 23rd. March 6th, the 21st, and the 30th. April 4th, 19th, and the 28th. May 2nd, 17th, 26th, and the 30th. June 15th, 24th, 20th, and the 28th. July 13th, 22nd, and the 26th. August 11th, the 20th, and the 24th. Let's see, September 9th, 18th, and 22nd. October 7th, 16th, and 20th, and the 29th. November 5th, 18th, and the 27th. And for December, it's the 3rd, 16th, and the 25th. And then the worst birthdays for marriage are January 26th and 28th and the 30th. February 24th, 26th, and 28th. March 22nd, 24th, 26th, and 31st. April 20th. So 420 is actually one of the worst ones for worst birthdays to have to get married. April 22nd, 24th, to 29th. May 18th, 22nd, 27th, and 29th. Let's see, June 16th, 18th, 20th, 25th, and 27th. July 16th, 18th, 14th, 23rd, and 25th. August 12th, 14th, 16th, 21, and the 23rd. September 10th, 12th, 14th, 19th, and 21st. October 8th, 10th, 12th, 17th, and the 19th. November 6th, 8th, 10th, 15th, and the 17th. And December 4th, 6th, 8th, and the 13th. Shit. So So if you need those again, just go ahead and hit the playback to see if your birthday is on the list. Shay. He said like sword, spear, axe, combat weapons. Probably an axe. I think I prefer an axe. I did go to battle. I did battle Thor once in the spiritual realm while I was in a dream state, and I had like but it was more like it was like a handheld scythe. So really, it's really more like really a scythe, I guess you could say, would probably be my weapon of choice. But it's like this like a handheld scythe though, so it was pretty cool. So, Dublé says, when you say worst birthdays for marriage, do you mean worst days to get married? Not necessarily the worst days to get married, but those I guess will probably be also the worst days to get married. But I'm talking about people who are actually born on those days. So people with that birthday have the worst or best energy for marriage. So if you're born on one of those bad days, you're going to you're most likely going to have the most challenges when it comes to marriage. And when I say you're going to have the biggest challenges, I mean that your partner is going to perceive you as difficult. You're going to be more difficult in the marriage. People with the good marriage birthdays are going to be more cohesive in the marriage, right? So it just means if you have one of the bad birthdays, then you just have to be more mindful about your emotional and mental and spiritual development. So you're not, so that difficulty, your difficultness doesn't spill out into the marriage or the relationship. So where are your tarot cards? I got the cards right here. Plenty of them in front of me. It's a young gummy. Priyanka. What's in my husband's mind about me? I see you trying to get the card pulls. Well, actually, I need to pull this cards for what's it, the Masterpiece Empress. She was looking for a past life reading. Since she did send in a love offering, I definitely got to give the Empress hers. Ashe, Masterpiece Empress, I see you. One diamond. Pray for a good idea for one diamond for me. I'm trying to figure out what your emojis are saying, Priyanka. I'm trying to decode it. Let's see, Masterpiece Empress. Let's see. So we got the Jack of Clubs. Got Jack of Clubs. Now, Jack of Clubs deals with, on the positive side, it's the young genius. It's the smooth talker. Could be the funny guy, the comedian, definitely a crowd worker. But also, on the negative side, can be the extravagant liar, manipulator, deceiver. Things like that, right? Now, as far as this Jack of Clubs, it seems to be on the negative side of things. I'm trying to figure out exactly, and it has something to do with the Queen of Diamonds, so let me see something to do with your... Okay, so this past life, who you did this? We got a Jack of Spades here. This past life experience has a negative effect on a current on a relationship with a current family member right now. Okay. Let's do it. No. Do it. No. Someone's passed away. I have trouble picking up who the member is. Maybe this is like I think it's a female, or maybe it's someone that is someone close friend. No. And peace to Strawberry. And graffiti, you say you take Kopesh. What is Kopesh? I meant to ask you that. What is Kopesh? Like a curse. Okay, so it's you have like you have a curse basically that was passed down to you from a family member. Okay, from a grandmother and a grandfather. Okay, well that's interesting because like it's saying it's not from. It's not so it's from a grandmother and grandfather, but it looks like it's a combination because it's not just from like one side of family or the other, but there's a grandparent on the mother's side and a grandparent on the father's side, right? Hold on. When it froze, well, not froze, but the battery's getting low over here. So, so I'm trying to go back and think about how I initially asked the questions. Okay. Let me see that. Were you your own grandmother, grandfather in the past? Okay. So now, this quote unquote curse, right? You can really just say karma. We can just, to keep it more this bad karma, negative karma. Though it was passed down to you from some of your, grandparents, you played a part in it because you are actually you are one you are you were one you were one of your own grandparents, if that makes sense, right? So you seem to have a very close past life connection. It could be a grandparent or a great grandparent, but it was like it's some time very recent, not very, like sometimes we think about past lives, you think about 100 years ago, 200 years ago, but this past life that you had that's affecting you now was maybe only a couple or a few generations ago, where you were, so one of your grandparents or great grandparents that have already passed away, you were one of them. Probably a male, to tell you the truth. I think you were a male in your most recent past life. Not sure. Masterpiece Ember says, but why? Fee says, so Comedic sword. It's got a curve and a hook, and it's a blade designed to disarm opposing soldiers. Ashe. Ashe to that. I run drills with Sekhmet and Horus regularly. Ashe. Empress. But why? Take advantage. Be a partner. That one. What you lie about? It has something to do with some sort of lie that you were told or you were living or something of that nature. It has something to do with lying about like about money or maybe your status or something of that nature. But it was just some sort of the deceit that you have participated in. Which can, let's say, especially like if you're dealing with a woman and you deceive her in a very deep way that can, if it hurts her enough, that she can take that out, that anger out on the actual child. Because that child is, connected to you, or maybe you were supposed to, like so maybe you're like if a man like abandons the child and the mother or something, and then she feels a certain way about the child, and now she throws that energy onto the child, and then it kind of creates this this contract, this spiritual contract. This trauma-based spiritual contract, and that contract can get passed down. You can get passed down, yeah. So that's what that is. So now that we know, what's going on there, we can. Well, actually, it would be interesting to see what your birthday is and what your birth chart looks like right now, because then from there we could probably I could probably see a correlation between what the reading is saying and then what your current birth chart says right now about you, and then we could probably put 2 and 2 together. Masterpiece Empress. Bianca says, I resonate. My gratitude and love towards your time for me. God bless you, beautiful mind. Bless you, your needs. Ashe, Priyanka. Amy, the pig, says, my great grandma passed away today, and you're making me feel better. Ashe. My condolences, Amy, to you and yours and your grandmother. So I forced you to see that. I guess you were meant to see it. You gotta take that one up with whoever you pray to. Ashe to Raju, peace to Thandi Luzalo. Okay, so Masterpiece Empress says December 6, 1986. Ashe. Queen of Clubs, Ace of Spades. Six, 1, 2, 5. Yeah, so just looking at your birth chart here, Masterpiece. First off, you are on the list of having one of the worst birthdays for marriage or for intimate, relationships. Right? So we can see the karma showing up in just that way. So I just mentioned, the karmic debt that you had in that time a few generations ago, of however you interacted or treated your partner or partners at the time, right? And we can see that having an effect on you in this lifetime. Ashe. So you are the Queen of Clubs, you are the Ace of Spades, you are the Five of Clubs. Now, the Ace of Spades, well, first off, though you have one of the, the toughest, relationship cards that there are, you do also have the card with, spiritually, with the most good luck at the same exact time. The most intuitive card, right? And then when that combination combined with the Ace of Spades, you are, meant to transform. You're meant to be reborn. You're meant to also learn the ways of the occult and of the metaphysics. So you are meant to go through the process of learning how to cleanse yourself of these past karmas and karmic debts and curses and things like that. Sure. And you're going to do that through the expansion of the Five of Clubs, growing your knowledge, not being afraid to dive deep into the Akashic waters. Yes, and you're going to have, so in the part of the debt, okay, yeah, because all your karmic debts, I see them right here, 3 of Hearts, 5 of Hearts, 7 of Hearts, right? So all your karmic debt goes to the hearts, to the love, to the 7 of Hearts dealing with, faithfulness, 5 of Hearts dealing with divorces, breakups, 3 of Hearts dealing with love triangles, right? So you may find that you tend to go through a lot of love triangles, a lot of ups and downs and changes in your love or even family life, and then maybe a lot of issues dealing with having faith or in your partners or in your family or in your friends, things like that. So that is a that those challenges and those struggles are part of your karmic repayment. Ashe. Yeah, there's a lot of. Yeah, I see the Jack of Hearts is a challenge for you, the King of Hearts. So yeah, that is definitely a big part of your karmic debt repayment. Confucius, every time I practice my martial arts. Hold on, I think I missed something. No, Confucius, I do a lot of transmuting and transformative work with the physical hammerhead axe, though. Ashe to that. Yeah, I do have a thing for the axe. I do like the axe as well. He says everything. Peace to yeah, I think I said to Lizalo. Every time I practice my martial arts out in nature, it always thunderstorms. Shortly after, I shade to that. I shade to that. Right? No. No. Well, you know, especially if you're doing things with the axe, you know. That is something that Ogun and Shango, they do use axes and hammers, and then that'll definitely cause some thunder and lightning storms. You know, now you are the Queen of Clubs as well, so I think the Queen of Clubs probably most associates with Oya, you know, which is the same as Storm from the X-Men. Dig says my volume on max and it's hard to hear. I don't know, is the volume low? Let me know if there's an issue with the volume, or maybe it's just me, maybe I'm talking too low, I don't know. Cherise says I am new. She said love the room color, it's beautiful. Ashe, yes. That is due to Madame Dublé. Might have to start. I think that fits. You know, I've been thinking because the name Dublé. I gave her the name Dublé, and because the other name that she was working with before just felt incomplete. Dublé has also felt incomplete for quite some time. It always felt incomplete as well, but it felt like it was on the right track. I just couldn't figure out why did it feel incomplete, but now I think I just discovered why. It needed that title, Madame Dublé. That fits. That feels like a complete name. Ashe. The masterpiece Empress says, should I break that curse? Is it still here? This curse. I mean, the curse is still here. Yeah, you know, it is still here. Yes, you should go about breaking the curse or breaking the spiritual contracts, because it's not really a curse. It's not a curse like someone put a curse on, like a stranger, somebody like did a voodoo type curse on you. It's not that type of curse. Those can be broken relatively in a simple manner, and I've done those before. But when it comes to things that are passed down and that are also connected like karmically to us, past lives, those are a little trickier. So you can't just get rid of the karmic debt that's owed. But what you can do is break a lot of the spiritual contracts, or some of the spiritual contracts, some of the heavy hitter contracts that are connected to that karmic debt. So we have the karmic debt, but then we also have these contracts that make the debt 10 times heavier. So by breaking those contracts, it does open up, breathing room, open up doors, open up a vision for you to start walking down a path that starts to fulfill your karmic debt, starts putting in money into your karmic bank, which then slowly it more and more takes off more and more of the weight that is connected to that debt, and life becomes easier, right? Now the debt is there all the way until you transcend to the next lifetime, or you transcend the plane of existence if you choose to go that route, right? It's there until you leave. But what we can always do is we can make the load lighter. We can make the load lighter by, one, breaking certain contracts, and then two, by fulfilling our debts and embracing our debts. It's just like you have credit card debt, you have student loans or whatever it is, right? When you embrace the idea that, hey, we have debts and sometimes they need to be repaid, right? And you slowly repay it, and you strategize and you plan and you slowly repay it. You get rid of the spiritual contracts and then the initial contracts that are making debt so heavy, right? Which you can call like, renegotiating, your debts, right? Reconsolidating your debts to make the load lighter, and then you slowly chip away at them, right? So something like that. That might be maybe an oversimplified way of saying it. I'm not sure, but it's I think that's close enough though. And peace to Mia Swiss. Not sure. Yeah. But as far as like the curse, or the karmic, debts, it's we all have our karmic debts. Some debts are just heavier than others, right? Just like I have, and like these debts or these curses or these passed down energetic traumas, they come in all different types of forms, right? I've dealt with many. It's like a lot of like minor injuries, especially on the left side of my body, right? But that's due to a past life trauma that I experienced, where I got crushed in a past life. This particular past life was like back in like it was like either, I think it was like colonial times or maybe Civil War times. It was at least a couple hundred years ago, and I got crushed by like some kind of cart, a wagon, some kind of wagon or something, and it only crushed literally like half my body though, so that has been a challenge for me throughout this lifetime. So but by one, doing certain, breaking certain spiritual contracts, that helps to overcome some of that challenge. But two, also by fulfilling my karmic debts associated with my birthday, helps to relieve and take off a lot of the weight associated with those. But also just paying attention to those challenges on my physical body, and doing certain exercises and breathing techniques and nutritioning my body, and strategizing to make up for those past life traumas that I'm carrying in, right now, has lightened the load and has, helped reverse and heal and reconfigure some of that energy on that left side of my being and shape. But it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Because one of my challenge cards, is on my karmic cards is the Eight of Spades, and the Eight of Spades deals, one of the energies deal with health, right? But it's actually it's a good karmic card to have, though, I will say that, but it's still a karmic. Eight of Spades deals with willpower, deals with, health, right? It deals with saying that, I have to fulfill my karmic debt in order to be healthy, right? In order to overcome my challenges, I have to really dig deep into uncovering my willpower. But because it is the Eight of Spades, and eight's a very powerful card, though it is a challenge of mine, it's a karmic debt of mine to prove my willpower, I am very capable of doing it because of just the nature of that card, of that particular karmic card. I have another karmic card, is Queen of Spades, which means that I have to be of service, continuously be of service to whoever the universe needs me to be of service to. Sometimes it's to a group of people, sometimes it's online, sometimes it's in person, sometimes it's in relationships, sometimes it's with certain family members or children or whatever. But I always be in I got to always be in a space ready to serve. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to be nice to everybody, or be like smiling about it, but just as long as I'm always ready to serve. That's to fulfill my debt. Also, I have a big debt to family, right? So even if I don't necessarily feel like, don't think I'm receiving what I may feel like I should be receiving from family, it's still in my best interest to continue to be of service to those I consider me and my family. Not sure. Right, so, that's just an example. That's an example. That's how these things work, of how these things work. Not sure. So, I think I've gotten to everybody tonight, and I need to actually go ahead and transition. CMS P says, I enjoyed my reading. Thank you. I got to get up at 6 a.m. Shay, I understand. So, we'll go ahead and transition on over. And we'll say Ashe, Asante, and Amen. Amen, Kamalika, it is done. And we will see you all tomorrow. Ashe.